Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we are going to discuss communicable respiratory disease known as COVID-19. You all have heard a lot about this disease, and this is the disease because of which the whole world has suffered a lot and is still suffering. Dear students, since you know it is a new disease, a lot of information is coming every day. What we know today might change tomorrow in the light of new research findings. COVID-19 is a pandemic as declared by World Health Organization. It is a new virus, meaning no one has immunity against it, and there is no vaccine. Its novelty means that scientists are not yet sure how it behaves. They have a little history to go on. The word corona is a Latin word which means crown. Coronaviruses belong to a family Coronaviridae. It consists of a core of genetic material which is surrounded by an envelope with the protein spikes on it. And on the right hand side in the picture you can easily see that there are spikes. Coronaviruses circulate in a range of animals and sometimes these animal strains spill over into humans, causing the disease in humans. These viruses generally cause respiratory symptoms and sometimes they can also cause GIT symptoms. There are many different strains. The most recent strains include SARS-CoV, Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome 2003, MERS-CoV 2012, meaning Middle East Respiratory Syndrome 2012, and the latest recent which caused COVID-19 disease is known as Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome CoV-2 2019. Initially, it was known as novel coronavirus, but then its name was changed to SARS-CoV-2. Most varieties of coronaviruses cause milder flu-like illnesses. However, some types of coronaviruses they do cause severe illness. Severe acute respiratory syndrome in 2003 occurred in China. In 2012, Middle East respiratory syndrome occurred in Saudi Arabia, and the current COVID-19 disease occurred in December 2019 in China. The animal reservoir for COVID-19 virus is still unknown. In December 2019, a group of people who were associated with seafood and live animal market in the city of Wuhan, they presented with pneumonia of unknown cause. Investigations revealed that they had been infected with a new type of coronavirus. It was initially labeled as novel coronavirus. This disease then quickly spread to the family members and healthcare staff who treated those affected people. Disease after that spread within China and also it spread to many different countries and eventually it affected the whole world. This slide is showing you the global situation of COVID-19 disease as of 29th June 2020. The situation of COVID-19 disease is represented in numbers and according to WHO regions. The total number of cases till date they are without brackets and the new cases in the last 24 hours they are within brackets. Globally, just over 10 million cases of this disease they occurred, and in the last 24 hours, which are 178,328 cases. Globally, till date, 4,99,913 deaths occurred, and in the last 24 hours, 4,153 deaths occurred because of COVID-19 disease. The situation of COVID-19 as of 29th June 2020 is as follows. There are 2,06,512 cases, confirmed cases of COVID-19. The total deaths because of COVID-19 are 4,167, and total recovered patients from COVID-19 are 95,407 cases. The highest number of cases occurred in Sindh, followed by Punjab and KPK. The least number of cases occurred in Azad Jammu Kashmir. Transmission of COVID-19 disease is through close contact and droplet. It is transmitted through close contact between people and through droplets of saliva or discharges from nose when an infected person sneezes or coughs. Since COVID-19 disease is caused by a new strain of coronavirus, we don't know in detail about many properties of this new strain of the coronavirus. For example, it is not certain how long this particular virus that causes COVID-19 survives on different surfaces. The preliminary information on the COVID-19 virus suggests that it may persist on surfaces for a few hours or up to several days, but again it depends upon the surface. It's a copper surface or it's a plastic surface, etc. No evidence exists that the pest or the companion animals have been infected or could spread the COVID-19 disease. Infants born to mothers with COVID-19, they tested negative for the virus, and this virus has not been detected in the amniotic fluid or the breast milk. Anybody can get the infection. However, the children, they are less affected than the adults, and in case of children, the disease follows a less severe course. And the clinical attack rates in the age group of 0 to 19, they are low. The people who are at more risk of acquiring the infection are those who are caring for the ones with infection, that is family members, and the people who are treating them, that is healthcare workers. Incubation period of COVID-19 disease is 1 to 14 days, but most commonly around 5th day of exposure, symptoms of this disease appear. COVID-19 disease affects different people in different ways. Most infected people will develop mild to moderate illness and they recover without hospitalization. Symptoms of COVID-19, they are non-specific and the disease presentation can range from no symptoms, that is from asymptomatic to severe pneumonia, respiratory failure and death. Most common symptoms include fever, cough, tiredness. Old age and the underlying condition. People who are suffering from underlying health condition, that is hypertension, diabetes mellitus, cancer, lung disease, heart disease, they are at high risk for severe illness and the mortality is high in the old age people and the people who are having the underlying health condition. Most common symptoms of COVID-19, as already mentioned in the previous slide, include fever, dry cough, and tiredness. Less common symptoms of COVID-19 include aches and pains, sore throat, diarrhea, conjunctivitis, headache, loss of taste or smell, rash on skin, or discoloration of fingers or toes. And the serious symptoms of COVID-19 include difficulty breathing or shortness of breath, chest pain or pressure on the chest, and loss of speech or movement. Dear student, this is a flex which is prepared by your Department of Community Medicine, Independent Medical College. This was prepared for the education of community. It is showing you the possible mode of transmission of disease and the important symptoms of the disease. Diagnosis of COVID-19 disease is by laboratory method of PCR, polymerase chain reaction. If possible, lower respiratory specimen such as sputum, endotracheal aspirate, bronchoalveolar lavage should be collected for COVID-19 testing, and if that is not possible, then upper respiratory tract specimens such as nasopharyngeal aspirate or combined nasopharyngeal and oropharyngeal swabs should be taken. At the moment, the treatment of this disease is sportive. There is no cure available and no vaccine available, although cure and vaccines they are in development. Currently, more than 20 vaccines they are in development for COVID-19 vaccines. Hopefully, some good news will come in future. People with mild symptoms who are otherwise healthy should manage their symptoms at home. They should self-isolate at home and contact a medical provider or a COVID-19 information line, that is 1166, which is established by Government of Pakistan for further advice. They should isolate for 7 to 10 days from the onset of first symptom and should seek medical care if their condition is worsening and they have fever, cough, and especially difficulty in breathing. It is very important for everyone to take very good self-care during this pandemic situation. If you feel sick, you should rest, drink plenty of fluid, and eat nutritious food. We should clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces, and everybody should keep a healthy lifestyle at home. We should maintain a healthy diet, sleep, stay active, and make social contact with loved ones through phone or internet. Children, of course, they need extra love and attention from the adults during these difficult times because the children are homebound, and just like adults, children health, both physical and mental health, it also got affected because of this lockdown. It is normal to feel sad, stressed, or confused during a crisis. So, talking to people you trust, such as friends or family, can help. If still you feel overwhelmed, talking to a health worker, counselor, psychologist can help you. According to National Health Service UK, you should isolate if you have any symptom of COVID-19 disease, that is a high temperature, a new continuous cough, or a loss or change to your sense of smell or taste, or you are waiting for a corona test result, or you tested positive for coronavirus, or you are living with someone who has symptoms who is waiting for a test result or whose test came out to be positive for COVID-19 disease. Once someone self-isolate because of COVID-19 disease, then there are few things which one should take care of. Should not go to work, school or public places. Person should work from home if he or she can. Should not go on public transport or use taxi. Should not go out to get food or medicine. Should order it online or by phone or ask someone to bring it to your home. Should not have visitors in your home, including friends and family, except for the people who are providing you essential care. And should not go out to exercise. Exercise should be done at home or in your garden if someone has one. How long someone will remain isolated and when he or she will finish the isolation depends whether he is going to be tested again or not. If you are not going to be tested again, you can finish the isolation after you have no fever for at least 3 full days without the use of medicines that lower the fever and other symptoms like cough have improved and at least 10 days have passed since your symptoms first appeared. Second, if you test, then there should be two negative tests in a row 24 hours apart and also your fever should be gone without the use of fever reducing medicines and your symptoms should be improved. Either way, when you decide to leave your home, you should continue to wear a mask in the public places and should practice social distancing because we are still not sure whether we can get the infection again or not. Dear students, now we come to the second part of our today's lecture that is preventive measures for COVID-19 disease. As you can see in this diagram, without the protective measures, the number of cases increased to such an extent that it is beyond the healthcare system capacity. So our aim is to use the protective and preventive measures so that the cases are reduced to such an extent that our healthcare system can handle those number of cases. This use of protective measures to reduce the number of cases within the healthcare system capacity is known as flattening the curve. Dear students, this slide is describing the important preventive measures for the spread of COVID-19 disease. On the coming slides, each of these points will be discussed in detail. These preventive measures include covering your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing with tissue paper, or if tissue paper is not available, then with flexed elbow. Avoid close contact and maintain a social distance of at least 1 meter. Use mask and personal protective equipment in healthcare setting. Wash hands regularly with soap and water or alcohol-based hand rub. Avoid unnecessary contact with animals. Thoroughly cook animal products. Stay home if you are feeling unwell. Avoid touching your eyes, nose and mouth frequently with your hands. Seek medical care early if you have fever, cough or difficulty in breathing. Now we will discuss these points in detail in the coming slides. Dear students, We need to cover our mouth and nose with a tissue paper when we cough or sneeze, and put that used tissue paper properly into the rubbish bin. If we don't have a tissue paper, then we need to use our flexed elbows, not our hands. Why not our hands? Because if we use our hands, then our hands will pick up the viruses, and with our hands we touch lots of different surfaces, and from our hands lots of different surfaces will get infected, and in this way the virus will be transmitted to other people. And after this, we need to wash our hands with soap and running water, and dry our hands with a disposable paper towel. We need to avoid close contact from general public and maintain a social distance of at least 1 meter from general public, and especially from those who are sick. Why we should maintain a social distance of at least 1 meter? Because when someone coughs, sneezes, or speaks, they spray small liquid droplets from their nose or mouth secretions, which may contain virus. And if we are too close to that affected person, we can breathe in those droplets, including the COVID-19 virus. So in this way, we can also get the disease. So that's why social distance of at least 1 meter is recommended from general public, and also especially from those who are sick. We need to wash our hands frequently. We need to wash our hands with soap and water when the hands are visibly dirty. And if the hands are not visibly dirty, still frequently clean them by using alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. There are different occasions when we need to wash our hands: after coughing or sneezing, when caring for the sick people, before, during, and after we prepare the food, before eating, after using toilet, when the hands are visibly dirty, after handling animals or animal waste. Why we need to use soap and water or alcohol based hand rub? Because soap and water or alcohol based hand rub, they kill the viruses which may be present on our hands. Healthcare workers, they are at high risk of acquiring COVID-19 infection because they are involved in treating the patients. There are 5 movements for hand hygiene for the healthcare workers. Need to use the alcohol-based hand rub, or need to wash our hands with soap and water on 5 different occasions, which are: before touching a patient, before engaging in aseptic procedures, after body fluid exposure risk, after touching a patient, and after touching the patient's surroundings, because virus may be present in the patient's surrounding surfaces. Dear students, use of masks and personal protective equipment in a healthcare setting is very important for doctors and other healthcare workers. Healthcare workers should wear a mask when in the same room with the affected individual, and dispose of the material immediately after use. Clean their hands immediately after contact with the respiratory secretions of the patient. In any situation of care provided to a suspected case of COVID-19 or a confirmed case of COVID-19, use a particulate respirator which is certified N95 or equivalent. N95 respirator is a filter which traps the infectious particles and stops them from being inhaled. Masks which do this are called particulate filter respirators. The N95 designation means that when subjected to careful testing, the respirator blocks at least 95% of very small 0.3 microns test particles. Proper mask management is essential. We need to place the mask carefully to cover the mouth and nose and tie securely in order to minimize the gaps between the face and the mask. When in use, avoid touching the mask and remove the mask by using the appropriate technique, that is, don't touch the front of the mask but remove the mask by removing the lace from behind. After removing, clean your hands by using alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. Replace the mask with a new mask and discard the single-use mask after each use and dispose of them immediately upon removal. Do not reuse the single-use mask. Fit the mask according to manufacturer's instruction. Once the mask is in place, inhale sharply. The mask should be drawn inwards towards your face, indicating that a negative pressure has been generated. If the mask does not draw inwards towards your face, or you feel leakage at the edges, you need to adjust the straps by pulling back along the sides and or reposition the respirators. This picture is showing you an example of badly fitted mask. N95 respirator will not work if they are not properly fitted. If the wearer has facial hair which prevents a proper fit, if the mask is damaged, if they are saturated, that is, they are reused. Dear students, although the wearing of mask is an important preventive measure against the spread of COVID-19 disease, still masks alone do not protect against the COVID-19 disease completely, and they should be combined with physical distancing, hand hygiene, and other infection prevention control measures. Advice provided by the local health authority should also be followed. Dear students, the consumption of raw or undercooked animal products should be avoided. Raw meat, milk, or animal organs should be handled with care to avoid the cross-contamination with uncooked foods as per good food safety practices. Although meat and other food products, they, they probably are not a big risk for COVID-19 disease spread, but since we don't know everything or very less is known about this disease, so it's better to practice the food safety measures. We need to use different chopping boards and knives for raw meat and cooked food. Wash your hands before handling the raw and cooked food. Sick animals and the animals that have died of the disease should not be eaten. Even, even in areas which are experiencing the outbreaks of COVID-19, meat products can be safely consumed if these items are properly cooked and properly handled during the food preparations. Dear students, this slide and the next slide, they contain the preventive measures against the spread of COVID-19 disease. These preventive measures They were prepared by your Department of Community Medicine, Independent Medical College. I would request all the students to kindly spread the message and educate your friends, relatives regarding these preventive measures against the COVID-19 disease. Most of the material for this lecture is adapted from WHO website, NHS guidelines for COVID-19 disease, and Government of Pakistan website for COVID-19. This concludes our today's lecture. Thank you very much.